Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of them slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, that.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Sabe got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey, one way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow Air Ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga. I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga. I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on by the bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominent. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man, busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the field like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch, bless your heart. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dawg? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dawg. Certified road you a gospel light, bitch.
Fuck you talking about? Hey,
If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All they niggas wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the shawty and I show her. She could never get a piece hoe. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip run like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UBK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I was talking his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close comeback. Nigga got popped off for a neck. If that nigga on wall, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. UPK shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy? Stressed by that damn hoe ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I bet when Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me.
Shalom, Lord Christ. Israel, I'm Officer Baraki Olive, representing the ISUPK. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York in 1969. Come to bring the truth to the 12 tribes of Israel to make up the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And we are the true Israelites of the Bible. And the law is to us, belongs to us, and for us only. Tonight is Wednesday night with law class. And tonight my topic is I'm going to be teaching on it's called Get Out Salakia, Get Out Your Emotions and Get Into the Law. It will never fail. Once again, get out of your emotions and get into the law. It will never fail. You know, a lot of points I'm gonna be going tonight. Going to be a lot of relationship kind of related because what inspired it. You know, I've been sitting back watching the news, watching things going on in our community, and I see a lot of young brothers, a lot of young sisters crashing out over relationship issues, crashing out over a lot of things because they're getting so caught up in their emotions. They let their emotions and their feelings overtake them. You know what I mean? They out here slaying they lovers like the 25 life never crossed their mind. Like death penalty never crossed their mind. Like judgment never crossed their mind. And the number one thing is that you got to know who you are exactly. If you don't know who you are, you got to start. You got to start there. You 12. Hmm? Okay. Yeah. Right. So if you don't know who you are as an Israelite or what tribe you come from, and you know what I mean, what why the Most High put you here on this earth, then you know what I'm saying you'll fall for anything. You know what I mean? How can you know where you're going if you don't know where your past is at all? So we're gonna bring out definitely some scriptures to get brothers and sisters on the right path because at this age that we in now, the earth is just waxing worse and worse. Relationships are getting more crazier. The standards they rearranging things. So we want we want brothers and sisters to be prepared for all scenarios and definitely keep your integrity and keep yourself intact. You know what I mean? No matter what happens at all, because um, you'll give your love all to one person, and when that person walks away or cross you out, you know what I mean, or just tired or bored, whatever the reason it is with you, that you know what I mean, when you know who you are, when you know who the Most High is, your how is, then you know what I mean, you won't ever crash out. Right. You know what I mean? Crashing out. I mean, you know what I mean. You whatever little evil thoughts that come across your mind, that you'll be able to cast those thoughts down. You know what I mean? Because we're seeing it over and over again with these relationships, especially with our younger generations. It's like they don't see no tomorrow at all. And even with the older generations too, they crash it out because you know what I mean. You gave all of your emotion, you gave all your energy, all your power. You made them like your God. You know what I mean? And what being in the truth is, you want to have a proper balance of life. Yeah, you know what I mean. You want to love your wife, you want to love your spouse for sure, love your family for sure. But you know what I mean. But your trust is to the Lord only. I mean, your choice is definitely ultimately is all going to be into the Lord. You know what I mean? He the one that ain't gonna never cross you. You know what I mean? A man can fail, men can fail, women and men can fail you. You know what I mean? That's why you can't put all your emotions to that because that's where the crashing out come from. When I say crashing out, then you already know. I mean, like taking somebody's life, harming, assaulting that individual. You know what I mean? Doing something that is very unlawful to that person. You about to bring some Officer Costi out?
Sir, what you bringing out is extremely heavy. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've heard it talked about before, but I'm sure it has. As you're saying, a lot of these sisters, and it's not just on them, but they wig out, they try to take the man's life and or take their own life because of not knowing the truth.
Right.
They get crazy and feel like, oh, I've lost everything. But the importance is having the ISUPK teach you that sex is marriage. Because what you've done when you slept with that brother or sister, you created a bond in between the two of you. And because you don't know the truth, that bond that has happened, that's set up for a reason. It's spiritual. But they don't know how to deal with it on the right hand side of it. So on the left hand side of it, it makes them bug out. Oh, you don't want me, you ignore me, or I'm gonna kill you, all this and the other. Their mind gets twisted because they don't know the truth. This is a very important topic because so many of the young brothers and sisters out there taking a life just like that.
Right, and don't even think about it. They don't even think about it. You know what? Because we the children of the slave. They don't know who they are. You know what I mean? It's like they can't see. They can't see tomorrow. They can't see tomorrow. Anybody on the phone? Anybody else on the phone? And reminder, all the brothers and sisters on the phone, make sure to put your phone on mute unless you got a question. But the main thing is that what we have with this society, what's been presented on TV, social media, whatnot. We got our hands full with these sisters, and the sisters got their hands full with these brothers too. You know what I mean? It's going they popping all type of they bucking at you. They feel like they can do whatever they want to do. If they want to sleep around on you, they sleep around. All type of people coming into a relationship with all type of ulterior motives. You know what I mean? They just want to try the marriage thing out. They want to try the family thing out. They want to try the relationship thing out. And when they get bored with it, or when they find somebody else, or they monkey branch into somewhere else, they through with you. You know what I mean? And when you don't put all your heart and your trust into it, and you know what I mean, you don't know it's gonna be all type of things. It's not like the world is getting better. You know what I mean? We getting better in this truth with this doctrine. for sure. But but some of the things that we may have to deal with, that some of our family members or some of our loved ones may have to deal with, even our children will have to deal with. We're gonna have to know, how to guide them, and we're gonna have to know first. We got to learn how to guide ourselves. You know what I mean, through the Most High, for sure. So first scripture I want to bring out is Trooper Halak, you Tawab,
Come concert. How about
Shalom Lord
yourself?
Christ.
Shalom, Adawan Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat
Yeah, yeah, Bashim Yashabrakatah. Yeah, I want to bring out First Peter 2:9 through 10. Yeah, First Peter chapter 2, verse 9 through 10. And we're gonna just set the foundation for this class. Definitely, because remember, get out your feelings. You know what I mean? A man that's very unstable in all his ways is a man that's caught up in his all of his emotions. You know what I mean? A lot of us in our single parent homes that we grew up in, 65% of so-called Black Americans grew up in single parent homes. So a lot of the men. So what is that 65% is not. That's not going to be mostly men. It's going to be mostly they being raised by their mothers. So out of that 65%, they you got raised by their mothers, their aunties, their grandmamas, all women in the house or whatnot. Where they may not be homosexual themselves. What had happened is that they're very emotional. You know what I mean? Some of the hardened criminals, like what I mean, on the street, a lot of times they definitely raised by women because they don't know, because because when they're offended and they get all their emotions, they like to shoot. They like to shoot stuff up. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Officer Garcia.
It's a lot, everyone. God, dog, this topic's so heavy. What you just said is so heavy when it comes to a lot of the bangers and stuff out there in the street that are raised by their mom. The spirit of their mother being emotional and operating in her emotions with everything, of course, that's passed along and taught to her son. So then he doesn't know how to rationalize, stop and think. He thinks, boom, he snaps. The second he feels a certain type of way, he does it. And it goes to a study, not to be long-winded. It goes to a study that has been proven by the CDC that says that the majority of households that are raised where the child is raised by the mother, that child, if it's a male, is more than likely to go to prison than with the father because because of how he's gonna act. It's proven that.
Right, yeah, because they're emotional. Their emotional standpoint. You know what I mean? They're gonna take after their mother. If they're not homosexual, then they're gonna be super gangster in an emotional way. You know what I mean? They ain't nothing but an emotional man. They get behind those walls. They break down or whatnot. But these crimes, these things are still happening. You know what I mean? And we see this play out all the time in our communities. You know what I mean? So we gotta teach the young men. And a lot of us is coming up in homes like that. And then sometimes when you got the mom and dad in the home, I mean, they may not even be in the truth. The dad may be getting ran by the mother. You know what I mean? A lot of times. So definitely we're gonna bring out a lot of scriptures and build that foundation of how to get out your emotions and get on something more solid. Because one of the things about feelings and emotions, they change up every day. Every day you wake up, you may feel different. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter, the fact that you still here and breathing and that you're an Israelite from whatever tribe you from, and that the Most High is your God, that ain't gonna change.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you need to be dealing with more of the concrete things that's not gonna change. The feelings change every day. You may wake up sick. You may wake up sad. You may wake up glad. Yeah, regardless of the fact, you can't let that govern you at all. That's the number one thing about becoming a man, becoming a man of the Most High. Definitely, and it's true. You know what I mean? You definitely cannot. Whatever you feeling, you must be able to take those feelings captive,
Right.
and wrap that thing up and put that thing to the side. For real. You know what I mean? Letting the women get caught up in their emotions, and we gonna kick it to the women too. Also, go ahead, bring that scripture out.
Second Peter's.
First Peter, chapter 2, verse 9 through 10.
Come a concert. The book of First Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood,
Right, you're a royal priest, a royal priesthood. Don't never forget that. You know what I mean? What you doing crashing out over because your girl leaving you because your girl messing with somebody else. You know what I mean? What you doing? What you doing throwing it all away or whatnot? You are a chosen generation of royal priesthood. Do you know who you are? You know what I mean? That's for starters right there. That's how to get out your emotions for sure. You got to let that be that's the concrete thing. That's something that's unlike feelings, unlike emotions. That's not gonna change. Keep on reading.
Come with concert. A holy nation.
A holy what?
A holy nation.
Trooper Halak, station registry for me.
Come with concert. Trooper Halak Aman. Ban Yahawadah. Ban Yasharala. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shabarakatha.
Right. You see how that trooper stated his registry, like, cause he know who he is. He know what nation he come from. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Out of Israel, from the tribe of Judah. You know what I mean? That's for starters. Now you may say, Officer Barack. You know what I mean? It's a lot of brothers that know who they are and they still crashing out. No, you gotta come up on the right solid foundation. We ain't talking about just simply knowing who you are. You know what I mean? Because people could be pushing that Israelite stuff and be totally bugged out, as we see that plays out with other Israelite groups all the time. You know what I mean? So you gotta become, you know what I'm saying, what foundation, what doctrine are you coming up under? If it, you know what I mean, is it coming under ISUPK? That started in 1969. It's teaching you how to really get out your feelings, to teach you really who you are. You know what I mean? That's not letting heathens in and changing up and water down doctrines or whatnot. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is about knowing who you are, but also having that solid foundation, that doctrine. Also, right. So a holy nation. Keep on reading.
Come with concert. A peculiar people,
Mm-hmm.
that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right. The Most High called us out of darkness. You know what I mean? You didn't wake yourself up. You know what I mean? The most it was through the Spirit that woke you up, through the Most High that woke you up. Right. You know what I mean? You didn't choose him; he chose you. You know what I mean? That could be your foundation. No matter what happened, no matter if your child crossed you, no matter, you know what I mean. No matter who crosses you out in this world. Keep on reading, verse 10.
Come with concert. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God.
Right, and who is that? That's the Israel. That's the Israelites, so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans. You know what I mean? We've been without knowing who we are for a long time now. The truth is coming back into the earth. So in times past, that's what we calling ourselves, Black American, African American, all the whatever our island name is. You know what I mean? Whatever country that our oppressor put on us, calling ourselves by our oppressor names. You know what I mean? We weren't called the Lord's people. Now we are the Lord's people. Now we finding out we for sure are the Lord's people. Now keep on reading.
Come with concert. Which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
Right. We haven't obtained mercy when we went through slavery, translated slave trade. You know what I mean? That's our suffering. We suffering curses off. You know what I mean? We were oppressed, hung. The last one hired, first one fired. All that, you know what I mean? Those are the oppressions that we went through. You know what I mean? It seemed like the Most High didn't have no mercy on us. Now that mercy is coming back because we learned the law. You know what I mean? It's not a novelty thing. We're not novice up here. You know what I mean? We priests. We are from a royal priesthood. Right. And our duty is to wake our people up. And our duty also to get our people that silent fine foundation. Most definitely. I want to bring out a few articles. You got them articles ready, Trooper?
Come concert.
Yeah, bring out that first one for me.
Come concert.
Let's see. Right, you know what I mean? It's just a few local stories. You know what I mean? This is happening all over, but you know what I mean? When I see our young people is just crashing out over a lot of things that's coming to relationship wise that could definitely be avoided. But you know, we just giving our strength all away or whatnot. Be oh yeah, and before you bring that out, let's go to bring out Proverbs 31, verse 2 through 5. Before I
Come,
go into that article. Because this be the problem right here. Yeah, Proverbs 31, verse 2 through 5.
come, concert. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 2. What, my son? And what? The son of my womb. And what? The son of my vows.
Uh-huh.
Verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women.
Give not that what?
Give not thy strength unto women.
That be the problem, man.
Right.
Who told you to give your strength over to a woman when you listen to these songs of what they pushing, and you know what I mean, and you listen to what what a woman wants, they'll want you to give your strength, it's just like with Samson in the Bible. You know what I mean? Your strength belongs to the Most High, to the work of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? Don't give your strength over to a woman. Now, it don't say it's a strength. It don't say your love. It don't say your compassion. You know what I mean? It don't say all those things. You know what I mean? That don't let that go over. Women don't let that go over y'all head, real, because that strength belongs in something that's concrete and foundational. You know what I mean? When you give your strength over to a woman, then a lot of times you can get the advantage. You can get taken advantage of, or when everything goes to hell, when everything goes wrong in that relationship, then you may not can't see tomorrow. You can't see the next hour. All you thinking is about is your whole world is ended, and you're willing to do anything to revenge or just crash out in that issue. And that's where the killing come in. That's when the domestic violence come in because you gave your strength over to a woman. Keep on reading.
Come, concert. Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Right, because they've been known to destroy kings. You know what I mean? Real. So what do you think is gonna happen to you? You know what I mean? When they gave their strength over to a woman. You know what I mean? This coming out of the book of the wisdom, man.
Right.
This is wisdom for us. These are solid foundation scriptures that we must remember. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna love our wives. Like I said, we're gonna have that proper balance. We're gonna love our kids, love our wives, love our mothers, or whatnot. But it's something so malice happens that they something so evil happens that they cross us. We gotta know that we didn't give our strength. We got to balance that out where our strength is not all the way in there. That we got to know where to walk away. We got to know where we're like, okay, you got it. You know what I mean? The Most High is the revenge come from Him. We're not gonna take it out with our own hand. You know what I'm saying? If she want to whore around on you, brother, and she want to doggone go monkey branch and go from man to man, or go to what she deem is the next, the best, a better deal than you, then you know what? Guess who's gonna lose in the end? She is. You can't even see it right now. But if you know this law, if you know these scriptures, then that's called faith. But it's called faith, brother. Even sisters, that's called faith. You may not can't even see it in that moment. Your whole world may be crashing out. Like Rich, she may say, "I'm gonna take the kids and I'm moving over to another country. I'm moving to another state." And you probably sleep with your kids every night. You be with your kids every night. You love your kids. You like the best number one daddy. And your wife and kids just could be gone just like that. And you don't know how to handle it. You ready to crash out. You ready to, you know what I mean? What can I do to stop? She's not gonna do this to me. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? You gotta be able to know. You got that. That's where that proper balance come in. You know what I mean? If you gave your strength over to a woman, which happens a lot of times, then that's when that domestic, like I say, that domestic violence come in. That's when that violence come in. That's when that you black out, just like Chris Brown did Rihanna, or you know what I mean? I just blacked out, and she all beat up, swole up, or whatnot. Go ahead.
It's a lot at the mind, that's heavy because that is what happens a lot of times when you don't have that self control, especially for a brother that's not in the truth.
Right.
When you don't have that self control, a lot of times that sister, especially if she on some trauma, if she dealing past trauma, and then bring it to you, she could be on some pushing you until you snap.
Exactly.
Stand on you like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, nigga? You ain't gonna do nothing. And even
right.
possibly put her hands on you, but a woman, she will say what she can to cut you to the core, or do what she can to cut you to the core to provoke you. But you've got to have that strength, and not that brothers outside of the truth will always react.
Yeah.
But they will before brothers in the truth will.
Exactly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because that woman know you, and she know you love her. You know what I mean? What she mess around and say, oh yeah, that baby you've been taking care of for all the years, that's not even your baby. You thought that was your baby. That's what's such and such baby. And you sitting there just stuck. And then you thinking about what she say, and that's why I'm messing with such and such anyway on you. You know what I mean? Like real, you ain't talking about nothing. That's why I'm effing who such and such. You know what I mean? That's a dagger to the heart right there, brother.
Right.
What you gonna do? You gonna crash out? Can you really see the faith? Can you really have faith in that moment? Can you really see the beginning to the end in that moment? You know what I mean? But we got these scriptures and we got to get the law for it, because you gotta have that balance. I look, don't matter. Like for real, I love my kid. I love my wife. I love my spouse or whatnot. But whatever she say, whatever she do, if she doggone leave all this today, you know what I mean? I got a silent foundation. You know what I'm saying? I got work to do. I can't give all my strength to her. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't all the Lord saying it right here. Like right here, it ain't in the Proverbs book of wisdom for nothing. Don't give your strength all the way to her. Because you know what I'm saying? Because we in the age of the city girls. We in the age of sexy red. We in the age of Suki Hunter them. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta prepare brothers for what's coming onto this earth. Yeah, you're gonna love your will. We see the sparkle in your eye when you wish your will. You know what I'm saying? You want it to work. You know what I mean? You want to have that solid foundation, that family, because you're a man of the most high. You know what I mean? You believe in the family unit. You believe in the state of marriage. You believe in having them kids, and that you don't want them to grow up like you, or grow up in like most of us growing up in single parent homes. You know what I mean? And you want to show them your ways, and you know, bring them up in the truth and all that. But if that doesn't happen, brother, remember whatever it look like, y'all may have some very good years. She listening to you. She coming into the school. You know what I mean? She getting taught properly, and she switch up on you. Remember, my son, don't give your strength to a woman.
Right.
Don't do it. You always got to stay on point. You always got to stay on guard. That's what I'm saying. You always got. That's why we had these classes. That's why we push that truth to always keep your sword sharp.
Right.
You know what I mean? Always keep what your mind may not be on it, but we're gonna remind you now. You know what I mean? You need to remind yourself every day. Definitely. Keep on reading.
Come a concert. Verse 4. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink.
Yeah. Finish it up at verse 5.
Come on, sir. Verse 5. Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted.
Right, and a lot of this stuff coming from substance abuse also. You know what I mean? Your woman get to drinking, y'all get to drinking or whatnot, and some things may be said, and emotions are high or whatnot, and you know, anything can pop off. But you need to be able to govern yourself. You know what I mean? And that's why we can drink, but but it's unlawful to be drunk. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're drunk, now you in sin. Now you outside your body. You know what I mean? Now you can make a mistake and make a move that can cost you the rest of your life, whether it be a freedom, your life, you know what I mean, your life, anything. Making a rash decision, because when you're drunk, you definitely caught up in your emotions, man. How you gonna be on point and you're a drunkard? You're a drunkard. How is that gonna work? It ain't gonna work. That, you know what I mean? It's a lot of times it don't turn out good. You know what I mean? I you got that article up for me?
Come on, concert.
All right, go ahead, bring it out for me.
Come on, concert. This is an article from Newsbreak, a website. under Law and Crime, and the title reads, "He blew her brains out."
He did what?
He blew her brains out.
Right. This is coming out of the Atlanta area. You know what I mean? I've been seeing this story or whatnot. This is a young couple, a young man who couldn't let it go. Go ahead. Read the rest.
Come on, sir. Body cam footage shows tense moments during arrest of man who allegedly kidnapped his ex-girlfriend on the exact same day 2 years in a row. In the beginning of the article reads, shots fired. You tell me when to stop, Adawan. This is the first paragraph. Shots fired. A Georgia police officer tells other members of law enforcement they're still in the vehicle with shots being fired. One person inside the particular vehicle will be found dead, shot with a handgun. The second person will be charged with her murder. Okay.
Yeah,
This
keep
week,
on.
come on, sir. This week, Law and Crime obtained body-worn camera footage from the Fayetteville Police Department that shows various segments of their fast unfolding investigation into a woman's workplace kidnapping. The quick pursuit of the victim and assailant, the shots that took her life, and her ex-boyfriend's eventual arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron Hopkins, age 20, is
right. Yeah. This young man, this is a young couple, age 20. You know what I mean? Young man Cameron. Go ahead.
Is accused of multiple crimes in multiple jurisdictions across the broader Atlanta metro area over the high-speed chase that ended in a high school driveway, and with his ex-girlfriend, Kalia Jones, age 19, was killed inside his red Camaro on July 16th.
Okay. Okay. Skip that next paragraph and go to the next one. The incident.
Sir. The incident began at a Wingstop where the victim worked on North Glen Street in Fayetteville. A father and son told police what happened after a man said something to Jones she tried to ignore. She continued to do what she was supposed to be doing, I guess waiting on everybody, the older witness said. And finally, he appeared to be a little frustrated. So what he did is he walked behind the counter. The lady that I'm assuming was the manager said, "What are you doing? Don't be going beyond this point." He proceeded to go in the back, accosted her back toward the rear of the door, grabbed her by her arm, and walked her out of here with a weapon.
Right. Now you see this brother right here is caught all up in his emotions. His ex-girlfriend. He went up to a job, didn't care who was looking. Right. Went behind the counter and got there and forced her out in her job. You know what I mean? This brother is 20 years old, totally engulfed in his feelings and his emotions. You talking about somebody in their feelings.
Yeah.
But it gets deadly now. Go ahead, Officer Carter.
It's like if I may. Is it safe to say that all these acts that these brothers and sisters do towards each other is due based upon them having sex? Because if they didn't have the emotions be so tied into it.
Right, you know it ain't. You already know the emotions. That's what I'm saying. People got to look at, what you were saying earlier. Definitely, because we already know sex is marriage. But people think it's a joke. Well, people getting slayed every day. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know what I mean? A woman can have sex with a man, have his baby, and he may not be at the point where he want to have a ceremony or whatever. She just want to have a ceremony of marriage, and she married somebody else. And the so-called new husband, he wonder why so much pressure from the ex-boyfriend. A lot of times because they done had a sexual union. That's how something they can't just let that go. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to pay with your life. You don't know what's in that person. You know what I mean? That's how somebody that's how the rapper Trouble got killed. You know what I mean? Because just because the female or the male may say it's over, everybody is not on that same page. Let me tell y'all, it's not over. Right. It ain't ever over. Like for real, that sex is married. That's always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Keep on reading.
Come on, concert. The witness said the kidnapper and his victim left in what appeared to be some kind of odor of a Camaro type of vehicle, red color. The man's son also witnessed the kidnapping, describing the man's brandished gun as a 9mm or a Glock with a 10 handle. At that point, my dad was out. I was worried about him, the younger man told police. So I rushed outside and I watched him. He marched her right over to the car, put her in the car. She was protesting. But he had a weapon, so there wasn't a lot she was going to do. And he took her in the car. In another clip, several officers finally making contact with the fleeing red Chevrolet Camaro at Lovejoy High School. Fayetteville police can be seen using a so-called PIT maneuver.
The pit maneuver. Y'all know the pit maneuver when they hit the car from the back and they made it, you know what I mean, to stop high speed chases or whatnot.
Okay.
But skip down to the next one. Shots can be heard.
Come on, sir. Shots can be heard echoing into the night as officers leave their vehicles. In the footage, police confer for several minutes as backup arrives before making their combined approach. Tense moments follow as multiple members of law enforcement attempt to cajole Hopkins out of his car using various commands. In the footage, over 2 minutes pass as Hopkins alternates between wiping tears from his eyes and placing his hands out of the driver's side window.
He did what? He's wiping tears from his eyes. This boy emotional.
Yeah.
But look, he's already too late. Look what he's about to say. What he done did. He caught what I'm saying. The name of the class called "Get Out Your Emotions, Get Out Your Feelings." Now, go ahead, Officer Cassia.
So let me ask: the emotion that can be a demon. That right. Anger has become a demon that you operate in, because when you said that about he was crying afterwards. Every time after somebody didn't kill somebody, he had that moment afterwards where there's remorse. It's like the demon has done what he's done, and now he's done with it.
Right. He done use you up like a $2 hoe.
That's
for
right.
sure. You know what I'm saying? They use you up now. What have I done?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You see the movies where they like got demon possession on them, but that type of possession, a man over a woman, that a man is caught totally into his emotions, they're giving his strength over to a woman, and you know what I mean, he ain't ready to move on. They could be worse than any doggone demon possessed movie they can make. Keep on reading.
Come on, sir. Officers shout for him to climb over, come out, and crawl out the window. One officer occasionally interjects to instruct the others to speak with one voice. The passenger looks deceased.
The passenger looked deceased. He already killed the lady. He already killed the girl. 19. He 20. She 19. You know what I mean? That's young, man. Yeah. They got a lot more life to live. But I'm telling you, it can happen to them when they're young. It can happen at 15. You know what I mean? If they not taught the proper way. Keep on reading.
Come on, sir. The passenger looks deceased. One officer can be heard saying, "She's deceased. She's gone." He blew her brains out.
He did what? He did what?
He blew her brains out.
He blew her brains out. See, it's a thin line. Like, for real, when you get your strength over to it, when you caught up in your emotions, when you in your feelings, it's a thin line between love and faith, love and hate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you caught up in your emotion. Who's gonna govern that? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure we already know he done been to a Christian church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We already know he been brought up in some type of religion. He know who Jesus is presented through the eyes of America. You know what I mean? But that's not a foundation. That's you know what I mean? That's a false Jesus they pushing. You know what I mean? All religions are false. If he grew up he could go to church every Sunday and still end up in the same place, man. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't been taught who he is. He hasn't been taught that he's more than likely from the tribe of Judah or the house of Judah. Taught that he's the Yasha Allah. And what's the Yasha Allah mean?
Prince of the power.
Right. Prince of the power. It may mean Israel for sure. But what does that mean? But it breaks down into you're a prince of the power. You're the prince of the Most High. When you royalty and you know you prince of the Most High, what you doing blowing of your ex-girlfriend brains out? That's not the way they behave and conduct themselves. You know what I mean? You don't go up to nobody's job and flashing a gun and just flashing out and crashing out when you know you the prince of the power. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you already know, man, whatever that was taken away, you know what I mean? I stayed righteous, the Most High. He gonna replace that. He gonna replace that with something better. Because that's the patience and the faith of the saints. Of the saints, man.
Right.
The saints ain't nothing no good, ain't nothing fluffy like they be trying to push or whatnot. See, the saints is very militant. And the fact that also the saints also know who they are, but they also have patience and faith. You know what I mean? Patience is something that you're gonna have to be working on. You know what I mean? Instant gratification for it to happen. Your girl that you was with, and you was all in love with her. She broke up. She may not be replaced that next hour. She may not be replaced that next day, or even that next few weeks or months, or even next year. But you know what I mean? But you gotta trust in the Most High and continue the work of the Lord and do what you gotta do, and He'll replace that triple, quadruple fold.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Read the last little we're gonna go into the last paragraph.
Come, sir. The suspect exited his vehicle after Fayette County deputies deployed an OC-type irritant into the suspect's vehicle, and police took him into custody, the FPD said in their press release on the case.
Right. You know, and that's basically he blew this girl. He just took her and blew her brains out. You know what I mean? Totally engulfed, totally won over by emotions. You know what I mean? Or something that definitely could have been avoided. This was on the news. We see a lot of stuff like that, man, going on in the news these days. While brothers are just crashing out, man. And that's why the Lord say don't give your strength over to a woman. You know what I mean? And this age of city girls, this age of sexy reds, this age of super hunters and all of them. This age of that, you gotta deal with them wisely now.
Right.
Or you're gonna be a victim. You're gonna get caught up in your emotions.
Right.
Really. It don't matter, you know what I mean? And she could be the best thing, man. This is the girl of my dream. Even you feel like you got the girl of your dreams, man. Hey, I want everybody, I want the school to meet her. I want my mama to meet her. I want my daddy to meet her. I want everybody to meet her. And you putting all your faith in her. And when you see a young man like that, hey man, as good as you got you something going like that. And it's good. Y'all brothers got something going like that. But you know what I mean? Please remember to keep that proper balance. Remember who you are. You the prince of the power. You know what I mean? And matter. Remember your whole duty on this earth is what to do is to do what the Most High said do. And the Most High said, don't give your strength over to a woman. And give your love to her. Don't give your strength all the way to her now.
Right.
We let's go to one of the curses on the matter. Go to pick you up in Deuteronomy 28:56.
Come, sir. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil towards her husband, towards the husband of her bosom.
Her bosom. Yeah, definitely. Her eye should be evil towards what?
Come on, sir. Her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
Right, and that's another thing about knowing like you're a prince of the power, the child of Israel. You know what I mean? You're an Israelite, so you already know we're dealing with the curses. A lot of times, the men and the women, that dynamic, that's a curse. Like for real, the woman got an evil eye towards her man. You know what I mean? Two people that people meet and they fall in love. Next thing you know, they worst enemies for the rest of their life. Happens all the time. AKA your baby mama, AKA your ex-wife, AKA your ex-girlfriend, whatever. Happens all the time. You know what I mean? You got to understand that dynamic that can happen to you. That's not nothing that you wishing to happen. You know what I mean? But when you know these scriptures and you raise up on a proper doctrine, then you know that can be. You know what I mean? You have faith and pray that it doesn't happen to you. But just in case, you got to know to have yourself intact. You know what I mean? And what you represent. Keep on reading.
Come on, sir. And towards her son, and towards her daughter.
Right. That's part of the curses. The empty that verses between the men and the women. We see it all the time. You know what I mean? One thing these women, and one thing that we know how to do, we know how to make babies, but another thing that seems like we don't know how to do is stay together. You know what I mean? And keep these households together. You know what I mean? But we not crash dummies. You know what I'm saying? Your life is worth more than a relationship with, you know what I mean? If that brother would have lived to be he gonna live to be, he's gonna be in prison for the rest of his life. But if that brother would never did that, and you know, turned by the time he's 25 and 30, it would have been a thing of the past. Yeah, it may still hurt a little bit. He may still have memories or whatnot, but you know what I'm saying? He can get restored and live life. It'll be a thing of the past. You know what I'm saying? But no, they want to crash out right now. You want to crash out right now. Pick me up at Isaiah 34 and 16. Yeah, Isaiah 34 and 16. And that's another thing. We can't, you know, even with the brothers, with sisters, you can't, you know, sometimes the sisters don't know how to take, because sometimes we lead the sisters on. You know, we tell them that, you know, they gonna be the only one, ain't nobody else, or you know, sometimes we like to dip and dab, mess with their best friend, mess with a family member, embarrass them in public, you know, just deceiving them. And sometimes sisters can't take it, and sometimes sisters will crash out, and they've been known to do that also. I've been seeing. I got a few articles that I haven't sent to you, but there's a few articles where the sisters are slanging that iron also. You know what I'm saying? Sister slanging iron. The boyfriend cheating, she follow him. Got a tracker on his phone, everything. Got that kill the man and the woman he cheat with. So you gotta watch that too. You know what I'm saying? You want to do everything in decency and order. Because even though things may be lawful, at the end of the day, you can still deceive somebody, and you'll never know how they're gonna react to you deceiving them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can have multiple. It's lawful for you to have multiple wives, but if you got this woman thinking, if you got, and you know what I'm saying, and this some real game, this some real wisdom. If you got that woman thinking that she the only one, and she truly believes that she the only one, and she's deeply in love with you, and she find out you dipping and dabbling, like I'm telling you, sometimes you just don't know somebody can snap. You know that on Lifetime they got that show called Snap.
Yeah.
Y'all already know that, like, you know what I mean? It can happen to you. So you want to be mindful, and because a lot of times, you know, you'll have a lot of areas checked off where you are doing things righteous. But that one thing you're not really studying that. Well, you know, she find, you know what I mean? It's lawful, but you know, but you still deceiving that woman, and you don't want to get you don't want to get stabbed up, you don't want to get shot up. You know what I mean? She may have some strings to pull on you. Real. So you want, you know what I mean? You want to be 100% with everything and with everybody you do, you know what I mean? Because whoever you lying to, then it's like you got some type of fear in you anyway. They got some kind of control of you. You know what I'm saying? If you got to lie to them, then you got fear in your heart. That's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? I had to even tell myself that, but you know what I mean? You gotta just because she's a sister, don't mean she ain't slaying that iron. Don't mean she can't become she ain't no killer, but don't push her. You feel me? Because I mean, I know brothers that happened too. I know brothers who've been knocked off by their wives. You feel me? So you know what I mean. So we have to we gotta push that too. And sisters, you gotta hear that also. Know that you also you know who you are. You're a daughter of Zion.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's more to life than that. Whatever that man done did to you. You don't went into his phone, you see this happening, and or maybe he done left you for another woman embarrassing you or whatnot. You know what I mean? And you got murder on your mind, huh? You thinking about, oh, I'm a killer. Cause a lot of sisters will joke about that all the time. You know, if I ever find out about it, I'm gonna kill both of y'all. And we just laugh it out, ha ha ha. But those words, a lot of times you need to be taking a little heat of that.
Yeah.
Real. And we both got to be mindful of that of what we really doing out here, what we really touching. Go ahead, Officer Kasiad.
You ever said when that's said, like they playing about it, you don't say that in your plan. When someone says that, they mean it.
Right.
Because what you've done is you made a comment about something that no, you haven't done it before or done it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you have it in you to say it says a lot. And how do I know this? Because I was one of them niggas who about lost his mind over a woman.
Right.
And grabbed a gun, went to the apartment complex, and sat in the parking lot. But Most High Christ for this truth. Because
Most High Christ.
I was sitting out there and it ran through my mind that this is what Satan wanted me to do. And I wasn't in the truth.
Right.
I was messing with a white woman.
Right.
And then drove back home. But the thought process, the fact that it's done. Because I told her, but you know what? You ever mess with somebody else, I'm going to kill you. She messed with somebody else. And I was going to kill her.
And yeah. You spoke it. Yeah. And it was time to follow it out. And a lot of time when you say that, the other person think it's cute. You know what I mean? Because females done said it to me, and we laugh it out. Ha 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 ha! You gonna kiss? She said she's gonna. You know what I mean? We ain't got to worry about that, baby. That ain't gonna never happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? We good over here on this side. Nah, you wouldn't do that for real. Quit playing. Right. Or whatever you may say. I'm just trying to tell you, and make sure you check that also. Check that also for real. You know what I'm saying? Don't just check it and check who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Check who you dealing with, because it can happen to you for real. Some people are not playing about that type of stuff. Some people, because we already know, hey, if you commit murder, you go to jail. You can go to jail for the rest of your life. There could be a death penalty. You can at least get about 25 years. Manslaughter on the worst 10 to 15 years. You be thinking like, who want to go to prison? But these people, I'm telling you, blackouts happen all the time. People engulf, men and women, both caught up in their feelings and all in their emotions. And we know women are definitely number one emotional. Caught up in their emotions, and they can wait for you to go to sleep and do it to you. So watch how you move. Watch how you move out here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Watch how you handling people also. Well, you want to be honest with everything. You know, it may take some practice to do. It may take you to get over that fear of your woman, and breaking it down to her, how what you really got in your mind. Go ahead, Officer Kajad.
Snoop said, "Ain't no." I'll use the clean version. Snoop said, "Ain't no coochie good enough to get burnt while I'm up in it." And I'm saying, "Ain't no coochie good enough to get killed while I'm up in it."
Exactly.
I ain't dying for none of it.
Right. You could definitely you gotta watch yourself. That's why it's good to court people. It's good to send test a friend. Test the woman. Women test that man. Definitely test that man too. I mean, we just seen a situation. You seen that situation on social media. I don't know if anybody's seen it, where the sister went. They married so-called black couple, and the sister found went through her husband's phone and seen that he was dealing with a man. Video proof. You seen that? And she was going and she was going to expose him, and he's portraying himself as a heterosexual man. You know what I mean? You can't really look at him through pictures and tell that he got that in him. You know what I mean? He got a pretty wife and everything, but she was going to expose him and divorce him, and so she won't get that out. He end up taking his gun out and killing that sister, and I think he ended up eventually killed this up. You seen that, Cassius?
It's like the one I saw a different where the sister was with a so-called black couple, but she found out that the man was dealing with another man,
Right.
and she wanted to stay with him. But the man was like, I want to stay with you and her. I mean, the husband wanted to stay with his man and his wife.
Oh, really? And then what happened?
The wife wasn't going for it. The wife was like, nah. That was the end of it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I think it was the same thing, but this just happened. See, I don't got an article on that story, but I got the video on it. But I'm just giving a brief synopsis on it. That brother got so scared that he was going to be exposed to it, of homosexuality, of being a homosexual. He killed his wife, and I'm not sure. I believe he also turned the gun on himself. You know what I'm saying? These are things that brothers get caught up in their emotions. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know what somebody is dealing with, and you gotta and when you find out stuff like that, you gotta know how to move wisely. You gotta know how to move wisely. You know what I mean? A lot of time, but the main thing is definitely get counsel on these issues. Get counsel on these issues for sure on how to deal. You know what I mean? If you find some craziness in your husband's phone like that, you that is North Pass. Right. You find something crazy in your husband's phone or whatnot, get counsel on the issue. You know what I mean? On how to move. Instead of just trying to expose, and we live in a world where everybody want to expose. They get caught up in their emotions, get caught up in their feelings, and they want to blast to everybody, want to blast to the internet. But everybody ain't going for that. Everybody is not going for their embarrassment. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it didn't even happen if it didn't hit the internet. Like really, you could say certain things and have certain conversations with certain individuals, but if you blast them online and put it online, then that takes it to a whole nother level. And to protect, and everybody's somebody out here. Everybody think they're a celebrity or whatnot. So if you put out something contrary to what they're trying to present, they can try to kill you for that. You know what I mean? So so sisters, before you get the blasting your husband, you get the telling the business. Get proper counsel. Get proper counsel, but also make sure you get to know these brothers. And I really don't be you know what I mean? I really don't be agreeing with, going through people's phone, going through your husband's phone. But at the age we in, especially in Atlanta, I'm not even gonna be mad at you if you go through your man's phone, because you know what I'm saying? Like, these boys getting played with on all type of levels. Like, every day is always another one bites the dust, right? You know what I mean? Like, you definitely can't put your faith in these celebrities and these dudes around here, because these dudes is double dipping, triple dipping, and making and on a new wave around this thing. Really? So you don't, you know what I mean? So they can bring they can we already know HIV, AIDS, all type of stuff, hepatitis, whatever. You know what I mean? So you gotta know who you're dealing with, man. After a while, you know what I mean? Somebody will present a representative of themselves, but you know what? After a while, when you let that person date and court you for a minute, there's only so long they can go without something being shown, without some kind of red flag being shown. That's why you gotta slow down and get to know somebody out here. Definitely, man. All right, so bring that Isaiah 34:16 out.
Come on, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
Now the Lord, look at the book of the Lord. What's that? That's the Bible. That's the law, statute, commandments. You know what I mean? Don't matter how you feel, how ridiculous, they can't do this in the long run. None of those will ever fail. That word, that law will never come back void, man. That's why we got to have the patience, and that's why we got to make sure our strength is given over to something very concrete. Instead of man, we trust in the Lord, not men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the ones over us, you know what I mean? The Most High is working through them, you know what I mean, to bring the truth out. But ultimately, our trust is in the Lord, man.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? No matter what a man do, a man could be replaced. You know what I mean? A man, we in his body, I've realized, like some of the men over there, we're not gonna be here forever. It's gonna be somebody that take their place after a while, but that spirit of the Most High is always gonna be here.
Right.
That's not gonna fail. Put your trust in something like that. But it's something. It takes you to control your mind, control your emotions. You know what I mean? It's a very important skill that's gonna save your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna save your freedom. You know what I mean? And save your integrity, man. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely is gonna save it. Keep on reading.
Come, sir. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Right, and none of those, none of these laws shall ever fail. That's why we have a Wednesday night law class. Come and get to learn these laws. Learn that you the prince of the power. You know what I mean? Learn what tribe you come from. You know what I mean? Learn what does it mean to be from a royal priesthood. And how you carry yourself. Your head and your eyes and your walk should change up. You know what I mean? How you carry yourself should change up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will give you a beautiful family. He will give you all your wants and desires. But if any just so happens, if any of that fails, if any of that goes out the door, you got, you know what I'm saying? What we're not gonna do, we're not gonna crash out.
Right.
We ain't gonna crash out. We're not gonna get too many emotions. We're not gonna go into too much of revenging with our own hands. None of that, because the Lord gives that to us, man. Speaking of revenge, pick me up in Romans 12 and 19. I want to get a precept on that revenge.
Come, sir.
Yeah, Romans chapter 12, verse 19.
Come, sir. The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine.
Vengeance is whose?
Vengeance is mine.
Right. She left you. She left you, and she gonna leave with the kids, and she messing with another dude. Well, you gonna get her back, but the Lord say what?
Vengeance is mine.
Right. That she told you that the baby ain't yours or whatnot. You feel like you want to go outside her head, but what the Lord said?
Vengeance is mine.
Right. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Hebrew? You gonna sit there and you gonna take it like a man.
Right.
You gonna take it like a man. You may say what you gotta say now, but as far as you taking your hands, that's for the Lord. Keep on reading.
Come, sir. I will repay.
He will do what?
I will repay.
Said who?
Saith the Lord.
Right now, do you believe that or not, man? Real, because if you take that vengeance to your own hands, guess what? As that you exposing yourself, you ain't believing the Most High. You don't even know who the Most High is. You don't even know His power, man. Real, you better sit there and not gonna take it, man, and let the Lord restore everything, man. Real, the Lord will restore a wife and your life and kids to come or whatnot, and you'll be so successful and be flourishing so much that woman be wishing you went upside her head. She be wishing that you shot her. God forbid. I'm telling you, like Fred, these true stories now. When you know what I mean, when you ain't hit her and you ain't leave her slumped up somewhere and you ain't get caught all up and you gave all to your emotions. All right, you got it. You know what? Because a woman that's moving like you, that's beneath me. That's a whore, matter of fact. That's a whore. That's beneath me, and I already know the Lord seen that in you, and this moment was bound to happen. You got it, and when you get something, you get a righteous woman, and that's get restored, and she see that woman gonna be furious. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Sin is pleasurable for a season. Seeing his pleasure, they may have fun for their season, but in the long run, you win.
Right.
Because you had that faith, because the Lord said the vengeance is his. He gonna avenge that for you. We've seen this happen time and time and time after again. The one thing about a woman is desired. A woman can go out here and get desired and have orbiters and everything. You know what I mean? So when she leaves, she can go to the club and go out or go on hit online, say something that night and have a man there that night within the hour. Now, can a man do that? Sometimes, but it's not likely. It ain't really set up like that for men, really. Maybe a celebrity, maybe if you're gonna pay her, you're gonna pay a whore or whatnot. But I'm saying a man is not a woman is not a man. When women are more desired, women are gonna be pursued. And for real, it's always some kind of sucker waiting to go behind what you done been in. Right. Waiting to taste what you already done been in. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be some doggone some doggone beta male, some doggone duck, some sucker duck simp waiting to do that. So, but you can't be worried about that. You're gonna run yourself crazy. You know what I'm saying? It takes a skill to that, but you gotta hold out. I know you feeling like you want to do something. I know you feeling. It's like Officer Cossier said, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You said it, you know what I mean? You staking out everything. Glad you ain't go through with it. Now look at you. You here now. You know what I mean? You know who you are through the Most High. You know what I mean? You know you come from a royal priesthood, man. The Lord will restore all that. And believe me, when vengeance, when all that stuff comes to fruition, these are true stories. That woman gonna be wishing. She gonna be like, please hit me. Just hit me. I'd rather for you just hit me. Why you gotta do me like that? Why you gotta be smiling? Oh, you know what I mean? Your new family looks so happy, and you know what I mean? Your wife, she thinks she all that, all this jealousy stuff. And you ain't even have to say nothing. But it's killing her, on the inside, man. Because you know what? You kept your integrity intact. You kept your you was not caught up in your feelings. You got out your feelings and you got into the law. You know what I mean? Because you know what? You didn't give your strength into a woman.
Right.
And vice versa to for a woman also. Real. That man want to leave. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look, we've been together. I'm a little tired. I'm tired of laying with you. You know, I've been laying with you for a few years. It's the same old, same old. I'm ready for something new. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to have multiple. He don't want to do nothing. He just want to cut you off. He just want to cut you off and go to another woman and just throw you away, throw you by the wayside. Meanwhile, the Lord will restore you and you know what I mean, and preserve you as a woman. And you know what I mean, you become more, you flourish and blossom like a flower. And he be looking back and he wanna and he see another man and messed around and a righteous man that got with you, a real situation. That man gonna be dying on the inside. So you know what I mean. So we must not get caught up no matter what happens, because you know what I'm saying, you can't trust men and women what's going on in this world today. And what's reflecting from the music, the social media, and everything. These folks, you can't trust them no farther than you can throw them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody into everything. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, men into all type of stuff that you never thought they'd be into. For real. So you know what I mean? And like just because the woman will leave is known for leaving a man, don't mean the man won't leave that woman either. A man will throw a woman away quick and go on to the next. So you gotta have your integrity intact. Don't crash out at all. Pick me up at Proverbs. Proverbs 16 and 25.
Come concert. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Right. It may seem like you want to crash out right now. But the ways that but the end of the arrow is death. That's what you have to come and get the proper knowledge and understanding of the law. Skip down to verse 32.
Come, sir. Verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
Say that one more time.
Come. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
Now that takes a special type of skill right there now. That's something I'm still learning myself personally. He that is slow to anger is better than a mighty man. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what that woman say or do and make you feel. She pushing all type of buttons on you. You know what I mean? And you just ready to blow up, ready to get loud. Y'all both like some roaring lions in the household, whatever. But he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. You know what I mean? Men and women, this is a skill you must possess. You know what I mean? This is wisdom. Keep on reading.
Come, sir. And he that ruleth his spirit, than he that taketh a city.
Right. You know what I mean? You more mighty than that. If you were able to govern and rule it your spirit according to the Most High, and not get caught up in your emotions. What are we saying in this? What is he saying in this scripture? Don't be engulfed into your emotions. You know what I mean? You'll be better than any general that rules in the military, that runs a whole city, a mayor, a governor. You know what I mean? You'll be greater than any of those men if you know how to govern and you know how to get out your emotions and govern your emotions according to the Most High. Or you know what I mean? Just like with everything, it's gonna take practice and time to do. But you gotta have these scriptures in your mind to even know where to start at. Where to start.
Come.
Skip up the Proverbs 14, verse 29.
Come, sir. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding.
Right. You ain't got good understanding. You blowing up all the time. You blowing up, you know what I mean? You taking it there with your woman all the time, you know what I mean? You letting her press your buttons or whatnot. You exposing yourself. You don't have understanding. You may think you do, but you know what I mean. You need to be getting more understanding. Thus said the Lord. Keep on reading.
Come, sir. But he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly.
Right. You're gonna be in all type of folly if you know what I mean. If you come over, basically, if you get engulfed and be all in your feelings, get all into your emotions, get out your emotions and get into the law. That's the only way. That's the only way the Lord say that you know what I mean. You're gonna be able to basically just enjoy your life and be able to be that mighty man that you would view for yourself. That I hope that you view for yourself. You know what I mean. To be that type of man, you're gonna have to get out your emotions. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring a few of those scriptures up for sure. We're gonna go back into one of these articles. Bring that second article up for me.
Come, sir. This is an article from Newsbreak. And the title reads, Husband of missing Georgia mother of 4 arrested after her body is found.
After her body is found, man. We got to understand that, man. Like these are all recent stories. Like in your area, in your section, you got stories that's happening like that all the time. This is just for this ISUPK Atlanta. This is just happening in the Atlanta area. And we got more sad stories that's happening over and over again. And what you got to do, you got to get that wisdom. How you get that wisdom? Through hearing the law. You know what I mean? But if you don't hear the law, if you don't know who you are, or if you just only hearing and not doing the law, you know what I mean? How are you able to get the Holy Spirit? How are you able to doggone let wisdom govern your life? You got to know the difference in the woman, or even the man, women with the men that you dealing with. You got to know the difference between the type of person that, you know, okay, this is not Salaki. This is not yours, it's just your turn. How many of y'all heard that phrase right there? Like this woman don't belong to you. You may think she do. It's just your turn. This man don't belong to you necessarily, like for life. This is not a lifer. This is a bidder. This a few years bid. It's just your turn. You know what I mean? That's all they're gonna be doing is monkey branching and monkey branching. You got to know the difference with that.
Right.
And with the somebody pull that scripture. The portion of a wicked woman is given unto a portion of a wicked man. You know what I mean? If you like, because that's another thing. If you complain about your woman, she doing this, doing that. Man, that woman, I can't. Man, that woman evil. I can't trust that woman. This and this and that. You really. That's another thing you're exposing yourself on, because the type of woman she is is a reflection of you. Is she wicked, brother? You wicked. Unfortunately, so you gotta reach deep and see what's inside of you. The way you keep attracting these individuals. You got it.
Come on, guys.
All right, you go ahead and bring that out for me.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Right. The fear of the Lord. And what's fear of the Lord? What fear of the Lord is wisdom. Also, fear of the Lord is following the law, statutes, commandments.
Come.
That's the fear. That's the fear of the Lord right there.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? So we must keep on governing it. We know what I mean. A lot of us, we wasn't born into the truth. We got to keep on governing ourselves like real. Okay, you got to step back for a minute. Okay, why is my woman like this? I got to, you know what I'm saying, for real. I got to check her for sure, but I also got to also examine myself,
Come.
because that also means I got something in me. It's something I got going on also. You know what I'm saying? Because the prophets in the ISUPK, we know. You complain about your woman, she this and that, she wicked, she this and that. Brother, you basically exposing yourself. You know what I mean? Because them scriptures can't be broken now.
Right.
Now that's a hard pill to swallow now. Now I don't know what you're doing, I don't know what you got going on exactly, but according to the Most High, that portion is given to like-minded individuals. You did. Go ahead, Officer Katiah.
You know what I want to hear today? If you don't wait, we're going to speak on rather than the truth. If you don't wait that year, if you don't do the 6 months of that year rule,
Mm-hmm.
and you break it, you get what you get out of that. If you break it, you might be a brother who moves righteously, but you broke that one because you were weak in your flesh. You had to get that box.
Right.
Because you had to get that box, because you didn't do what you were told, the result is you didn't get you a super dragon.
Exactly, and you know, because brothers, you know, because this world is so wicked. We one thing you also don't want to get caught up in. Oh yeah, she listening to, she know who the Most High is. She know who she is. She listening. She listening to the classes and everything. Sometimes, like that's also wisdom. You gotta, you know what I mean? Just because this is true. The truth. This is the truth now. We basically showing you 1 + 1 = 2. So if they got a mind, they got an ear to hear it. They're gonna be able to hear it and see that's the truth.
Right.
But her insides right.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
She can comprehend. She can sit down and pass a course now.
Right.
But you know what I mean? We can all hear the information, but doing it, we all know what? That's something totally different, right? But we already know, but it is the first step to being healed, to walking in the right light, according to the Most High, is to hear it first now. But we can't get caught up in that hearing stage. We can't be so mesmerized because our whole family rejected the truth, right? Everybody around you rejecting the truth, and you finally got one woman who gonna listen. You still can't get caught up in that stage. You know what I mean? She got to keep on going through the process, because we all children of the slaves now. That's all we've been on for the last 400 years on this empire. So it's not gonna be an overnight process. It's not gonna be an overnight process. It's gonna be rehearsing them righteous acts over and over again. It's gonna be putting to the test and passing over and over again. Or if you fail, they're willing to learn and put that behind and move forward. You know what I'm saying? You can't psych yourself out just because she know 1 + 1 = 2.
Right.
Don't psych yourself out, brother. You know what I'm saying? Watch that woman and sisters. Watch that man too. Definitely. Well, all right, let's go. Let's go into that article.
Come on, sir. The title of the article by Newsbreak. It reads: Husband of missing Georgia mother of 4 arrested after her body is found. Okay. First paragraph. Family and friends were gathering on Monday evening for a candle lighting ceremony to honor a slain Georgia mother of 4 after her body was found near her charred car last week. Charred. Somebody burnt her car up.
Right.
Imani Roberson, age 29, who was last seen on the 16th of July in Conyers, had been missing for 2 weeks before her remains were found on Friday. Roberson's husband, Donnell Anderson, age 22, was arrested.
This another young man.
Yeah.
This another young couple, man. For real, we got to get to them young. You know what I mean? Because they be ready to crash out, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is another one that hit. This made national news right here. This happened right here in the Atlanta area, but this made a national news right here. You know what I mean? That ring, that ceremony, and all that type of stuff, whether the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever y'all titling yourself, that stuff don't mean nothing when people get caught up in their emotions now. Right. Keep on reading.
Come, sir. Roberson's husband, Donnell Anderson, age 22, was arrested and charged with her murder. Rockdale County Sheriff Eric Levet announced on Saturday. He said during a news conference that more arrests were coming in the case. Police said Roberson disappeared after she visited her mother's house for a family dinner along with her 4 children. She left 2 of the children with her mother and returned home with her 3-year-old and 1-month-old. The next day, Roberson's mother called her repeatedly, but she did not answer. When she traveled to her daughter's house to find her, she found it empty. She filed a missing persons report on the 17th of July. All 4 children are safe, authorities added. And they have a picture of the sister, pretty sister.
Right.
Gone too soon, Adawan. Gone too soon.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? They hit close on. I know people that know their young lady. But the thing is that this brother right here, for whatever reasons, what we do know, we know he got caught up in his feelings. I mean, she came home with a 1-month-old and a 3-year-old. I mean, doggone. We don't know what the word happened. We don't know what was said and what he found out, but we do know this brother killed this woman. That baby, that 1-month-old didn't stop nothing. Keep on reading.
Come concert. When I couldn't reach Imani almost 3 weeks ago, I knew something was wrong. Her mother, Claren Adujer White, said during the press conference on Saturday. Last night, my worst fears were confirmed, and our family is devastated. Investigators were immediately suspicious after finding blood in Roberson's home and other places, CNN reported. So it made CNN, like you said, out of wine.
Right.
It was clear that foul play was evident in the disappearance of Imani, the sheriff's office said. A week later, Roberson's white Mazda SUV was found charred after it had been set on fire in the Atlanta area, about 24 miles away. Her body was found by cadaver dogs on Friday, and her husband, Donnell Anderson, was arrested at an apartment a short time later.
Right. It's just a sad occasion. You know what I mean? This woman got four children, but it don't stop no show. Right. It don't stop no show. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all, we are princes of the power. We want decency and order in our homes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we may chastise our wives or whatnot, but one thing we won't do is we will not crash out.
Right.
One thing they mom and daddy don't have to worry about is them being found in a charred area and having dogs finding they child or whatnot. You ain't got to worry about that. For real, because if she prove herself to be, I don't know what Amani did. Like maybe it may come out during the trial or what exactly why he killed her. Oh, yeah, because we just don't even know at this point. But if that, but just speaking in general, if that woman proves herself to be a whore, if that woman proves herself to want to have a, to not be with you anymore. One thing you know, what I mean, we know them. We know who we are. We know what tribe we from. We know we Israelites. We know what we put here to do. That body, we will never crash out over that woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you know what I mean? If they're in the Israelite, they some Israelites coming out of ISUPK, we already know, don't matter what that woman do. We not killing that woman. We not putting our hands to that woman. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to leave so adamantly, I mean, we could talk it out, go to counseling or whatnot, but but there's no working it out. If she just wants to leave and she just want to do her own thing, you know what I'm saying? We not gonna we value ourselves. We value ourselves. We know we're not gonna make nobody stay. We don't have to beg nobody to stay or whatnot. Real. And parents should see that. They you know what I'm saying, they should be willing to give their daughters over, like for real, even though they be reluctant, probably give their daughters over to a man in the ISUPK because we all come up under a slave doctrine, and they thinking that we very militant in how we talk on the streets. But one thing about it, we value ourselves. We know our duty of man and what we are here to do on this earth. And one thing we ain't gonna do, we ain't gonna kill no woman because she don't want to be with us. You ain't worth nothing, my brother. If you got to take a life because of that, all these women out here, and the Lord say the vengeance is His, and she already thinking about that. You already know she already is some type of she's probably not properly fit for you anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You don't got the patience of the Most High at all. Yeah, so this brother tricked himself out the streets. This brother crashed out, and come to find out, he also got his brother to help him with the body. His brother ended up getting arrested. I don't know what's up with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, when the husbands kill the wives or whatnot, they always get a best friend. They are always able to find a best friend or a brother to help them. You know what I mean? I don't know why is that, because they called me on that mess. Like, look, don't call me about none of that. Matter of fact, you already exposed me to it. You may be you know what I'm saying? We may have to report that because, like, for real, you done made me part of the murder. For real, like we not doing that. Like, for you crashing out over what? You gonna do what? You gonna kill her because she's sleeping around on you? You gonna kill her because she leaving you, brother? Come on, let me talk to you for a minute. You know what I mean? Where's the wisdom at? Who's guiding these brothers? Well, we know one thing: the ISUPK. They don't know the ISUPK. They not in the school.
Right.
They're not guided by the law. They don't know the law. That's what I'm saying. That's why knowing who you are and knowing you come from a royal priesthood, that's the very beginning. That's very beginning of not crashing out or not getting caught up in your feelings. Yeah, we're gonna drop that article right there. We just want to bring that made national news. It happened just around the corner. It's just another crazy case, man. We had another crazy case where a dude killed this 2-year-old little boy because the baby. You seen that on the news with the 2-year-old boy, and they had to drain the lake out, looking for the little boy to be end up finding him in the garbage can. He got into it. He into it with his baby mama. She won't let him see the baby, so he ended up snatching the baby up. And this dude gonna goddamn end up killing the baby. Black, it look like a tribe of Judah too, Judite. You know what I mean? We just got crash dummy after crash dummy after crash dummy after crash dummy. So I said, let me talk to these brothers of the nation of Israel. Let me talk to the priests and the troopers and the young men in the school. You know what I mean? Because we already know, like I said, the area of city girls, the area of Susquehanna, the area of sexy red, in a minute, they're gonna be making the city girls look like they doggone some goody two shoes and what's gonna come onto this earth. You know what I'm saying? Cause look what sexy red doing. They way more crazy than the city girls. You know what I'm saying? So it's waxing worse and worse and worse. And you know, and these folks are imitating art. These people are imitating this. All I'm saying. So brothers and sisters, what you have to deal with, what you may have to deal with in these relationships, prepare your mind, prepare your soul. You know what I mean? Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Don't crash out. Go ahead, bring it out, Concierge.
It's okay. And I've said this multiple times, especially to the brothers. You got to have ride control. Got to. Because there ain't nothing out there that fine that's worth ruining your entire life over. I mean, I'm saying to the sisters, but I'm speaking to these brothers, don't lose your mind over some box. Because the Lord gave you, and we're speaking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So the Lord gave you, black men, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, multiple sisters to choose from. And as many as you want. Come into this truth and find some refuge and some peace of mind in a way to do it. Because when it comes to multiple wives, I've said this, if there's need to be correction, correct me. In the sense, when it comes to multiple wives, if you aren't in the truth, you ain't ready to handle that.
Right. You ain't ready. You ain't ready. You ain't ready to handle that, man. For real, you're gonna be on the Fox 5, Mr. Fox 5 in a minute. You know what I mean? It's so many scriptures on that, but I'm just saying it like just like if you be she's insubordinate over and over again, like for real, like you know what I'm saying, like for real, you can't divorce a woman. You can't put away your woman unless she fornicate, unless she slept around on you, did some fornication. But if she's insubordinate, I'm gonna go out and hang out with these dudes. I ain't gonna sleep with them. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna talk to whoever I want to and hang out and ride in the car whoever I want to. If she do that, she insubordinate. That's not a wife. You gotta cut her off. Let's get a precept. Pick me up at Ecclesiasticus 25, verse 21.
Come concert.
We're gonna go down to 26.
Chapter 25. And what started?
Yeah. Chapter 25, verse 21 through 26.
Come concert. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Right. Don't let that go over your head. Don't let that go over your head. Stumble not at the stumble. They don't say don't like it. They don't say you ain't one attracted. My brother, don't stumble at that.
Yeah.
Because so many brothers do it. So many of us do too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know you ain't supposed to be messing with a woman that got a husband, that got a man, all that type of stuff. But you see that beauty and you stumbling. You thinking there's some kind of loophole where maybe, you know, then he ain't no good man. Maybe I can get around that area. I can get around that. We can just be friends or whatnot. That's a very, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn that skill not to stumble over a beautiful woman. Right. The Lord put that there for a reason now. Keep on reading.
Come on, sir. And desire her not for pleasure.
How you going to do that? How you going to not desire her for her pleasure? What the Lord is saying, man, it's going to have to be a little bit more. It's going to be a lot more than that. Intelligence, what her heart is, what type of woman, how she carry herself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Salaki Adawan.
Go ahead.
Don't put yourself in a position to fall, to victim to, you know, that type of temptation.
Exactly. And stop putting these women on, stop putting them on a pedestal before it's time. Matter of fact, don't even put them on a pedestal. Now, she a righteous woman. But don't be putting her up there with the Most High now. You know what I'm saying? That's where you messing up at, brother. That's where you messing up at. Because, you know what I mean? Because the life is all about testing, trying. You know what I mean? You got up on that pedestal like a semi-god. You know what I'm saying? And then she mess around and fall and cross you out and you know what I mean? And triple cross you and you ready to crash out. Because you done stumbled, because you done doggone desire her, you desire her for pleasure. Keep on going.
Come on, sir.
Yeah, verse 22.
Come, Salaki, sir. Come, sir. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudency, and much reproach. Verse
Keep on
23.
reading. Mm-hmm.
Come, sir. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart.
A wounded heart. Another thing, don't let it go over your head. Oh, got a wounded heart. She know that's man. You love that woman. She know what buttons to press, brother. She know how to bring you very high and bring you very low, cause she got you like a doggone puppet, man. And she the doggone puppet master. Go ahead, Officer Cassiar.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this class again. You bring it out. Salakia, it's heavy. What you saying about dealing with these sisters? If you aren't in the truth and not getting this knowledge, you're in trouble. Because what you're saying leads up to a scripture that I often use for women to understand. When the scripture says that I find more bitter than death, the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So if the ones I said that he finds more bitter than death, the woman. So imagine what she'll do when she in her feelings. Imagine when they say a woman scorned. And they say, what's the saying there? Something like there's no wrath like a woman scorned.
Right. Right.
And her bitterness doesn't come from a man doing anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
A woman is bitter by nature because she's emotional. So it makes her dangerous. That's why you have to properly vet these women. You have to properly vet them. And the man he can't be in his emotions, but he has to have some self-control and understand that it ain't about that beauty. Talk to her for a minute. Because I know with me, I can talk to you and within moments, the second I hear the tone of your voice, I know what I'm dealing with you or not.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm done.
Exactly. You got and that's what these classes are for. Now, granted, now I'm saying, say you working, say you got a rib or whatnot, and you got a certain type of schedule. She at the house, you get off early, or you do a truck drive or whatever. You know what I mean. You ain't got to do your route today. You coming home early, and you walk in the house, and you see her again. You see her having intercourse with another man in y'all bed. Now, bro, let me tell y'all something. I mean, we can go all around now. That's gonna be very hard in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't freaking know. You just don't know. Oh, you may caught something on the camera. Now, hopefully you catch it on camera instead of walking in. Because I like for real, because we can go through all these little points, but when a brother sees that, he got that, this Georgia, you got that, he may got access to a pistol. This man in your house with your wife, that is known to happen a lot of times now. You know what I mean? She think you out of town, you travel for work, you coming home, you surprising her, you might be like, let me just walk in and see what she really got going on without me knowing. You know what I mean? And thank God we got cameras in the house these days, because I'm telling you, what happened a lot of times, you walk in and you knocking both of them off. Now, and you get charged with a crime of passion, you may not get 25 years, but your life is basically over. You did a double homicide, brother. You're not gonna get 5 years for that. Okay. You're not gonna get 10 years for that. You know what I'm saying? You got, like, for real, that's a very hard thing, but you gotta find within yourself, you know what I mean, that still the Lord, the vengeance is still his. You know what I mean? That because that's a very hard thing to do, to govern a brother too. We can govern a brother through a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But when you walk in and catch your wife in the act, you know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like, for real, keep on reading.
Come, sir. Verse 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand that some of these women, they heartless, they cold hearted. You know what I mean? And because that's what they teaching. That's what they teaching them to be. Real. You know what I mean? A lot of reverse roles are doing. A lot of the men becoming the nurturers these days. A lot of the men are becoming, you know what I mean? Like what our mamas and grandmamas and aunties had to go through with crying on the shoulders. And this man did me like that. The women are now doing the men like this these days, and they heartless. They remind me of the old school players back in the day. But we, you know what I'm saying. But look, we in the truth, man. We gonna keep every role in decency and order. Now we may not be running it up like that, but at the same time, we ain't gonna be the bitch in the situation.
Come.
That's what you got to do, brother. Don't you ever be the bitch in a situation. And when you find yourself, dude, you got to look outside yourself and be like, you know what? I'm a bitch right now, and I don't want to be a bitch no more. You feel me?
Come.
And I'm gonna do something about it for real. And doing something about it is not attacking the weaker vessel. The woman is the weaker vessel. You putting her hands on her brother, you'll never get points or strikes for that. But what you will get points and strike for is walking away from the situation, not accepting anything, not going for none of that type stuff. That's how you show strength. That's how you apply pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go to brothers and just cry about it all day now. You know, for a certain extent, we'll listen to you, but we not females. A brother can't call around and go to the internet and get that. That's not for you, brother. That's why you got the Most High for. You better get in your closet. You better get on your knees and pray. You better be meditating on the word. Because you know what I mean? Because that's set up for women. Women can go to other women. Women can go to the internet and get that. That's not for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk to your woman and you going through something and she's not compassionate, look, I'm telling you, quit setting her up as a doggone some kind of God in your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you know what I mean? Because your strength coming from the Lord, man. Are you a royal priesthood or what? Keep on reading.
Come, sir. Verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Right. Because we come through that woman. We come through her womb. We all had to come through a woman. Keep on reading.
Come. 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Right. Don't you know what I mean? You got to know when to cut it off. Don't give them that liberty because some brothers don't know where to cut it off. Some brothers is in some very unlawful marriages and unions with these women because they don't know the law and they don't know when to cut the situation off, man. You know what I mean? And that's how your testosterone is dropping. That's why your testosterone count is low. You know what I'm saying? And that's why your woman growing a doggone little facial hair on her face because doggone she becoming the man of the relationship, brother. You know what I'm saying? And you acting like you got got childbearing hips over there or something. You know what I mean? I want to say more than that, but we're gonna keep it PG. You acting like, you know what I'm saying? You acting like that. And it's sad. It's a sad state. But you know what I mean? But where they go left, we gonna go right. We're gonna go, you know what I mean? Where they get more where these men get more effeminate, we're gonna get more masculine.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Real, we don't care what the women becoming. We don't care what doggone the city girls, sexy weird, Suki Hunter, social media, the doggone feminist movement. We don't give a damn about all that. We know who our power is. We know what the law is, and we know that can't come back void. We know that can't be broken at all. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna let some doggone some little chick goddamn we set up as a god and run that. And we ain't gonna be the bitch in the situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, same thing for you. You know what I mean? For real, whatever that man want to do, that's on that nigga. And he want to go lay with other men. He want to doggone toss you to the side and go to woman. And you know what I mean? And just leave you out there. That's on that nigga. For real, but we gonna keep our stuff intact around here, Jack. That's what we gonna do. You know what I mean? And we're gonna finish it off at verse 26. Go ahead.
Come, sir. Verse 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh.
It ain't nothing to cut that chick off. Thus said the Lord now. It real. Like insubordination. Y'all know what that is, right? That ain't just anything now, like for real. Like we ain't know what I'm saying. We no for real, we don't go on for all that divorce and stuff. We gotta get heavy counsel on this type of stuff. But it is certain things that she just no, I ain't gonna listen to what you say. I'm gonna just do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go on this girl trip. I'm gonna be gone for overnight and whatever, and just do what the hell I want to do because that's me. I'm liberated in this world.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing. Cut that chick off. Read that one more time.
Come on, sir. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh.
Cut her off from your flesh. Thus said the Lord. And come finish it up.
Come on, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go.
Shalom. and with that, hey, y'all make sure y'all got y'all you know what I mean? Y'all properly just be a properly balanced man and woman, man. Just be properly balanced. Know where to get your strength to. You know what I'm saying? Very much so love your wives. Women very much so love your husbands or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? But when you know when you're a daughter of Zion, when you're a prince of the power, you gonna make sure you know what I'm saying, it's different. You gonna be balanced and you're not gonna let all your strength go into one area, into men, into a man, into a woman, because that belongs to the Lord. With that, I'm Officer Baraki All. I'm passing over to Officer Kasiyat.
Shalom Israel, I'm Priest and Officer Kasiyat of ISUPK Atlanta. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. These are the security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6-month period in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give, you feel free to do so. The next upcoming Holy Convocation will be the memorial blowing of the trumpets, the first day of the 7th month, Friday the 15th, September 23rd, coming out of Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 and 25. Remind Al-Akim and Al-Akim to check the bulletin board. We're here in the school to see what's coming up next. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amijah, stand. Amijah Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. And what we just said was, may the Most High bless you in the name of Christ. Yazmatah means hands down, class dismissed.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City eyes.